Today is Wednesday the 19th, and today we're talking about using coping skills during a crisis.
The conversation starts now, only on Foster TV. It's Wednesday, June 19th on Foster Life today. Wow, so how was your Father's Day?
Oh, it was good. We hung out and had some barbecue hamburgers and brats and had a good time.
Cool, did all your siblings make it for Father's Day?
Yeah, we actually had all of us together for the first time. It feels like forever.
Really? Now, Tristan has a twin sister. And she lives about 4 hours away from here.
Yeah.
So her and her husband made it back?
It was just Logan this time.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so Logan's his sister. And she is, you think he's a pretty boy, she's a real pretty girl. And we love Logan too. So that's cool that everybody made it back. We had quite the eventful Father's Day with 10 kids. Yeah, well, first of all, it felt like Christmas because all these kids get you stuff. Or I guess they spend all Ethan's money and get us stuff. And then we had, everybody was home except for our one son. But we saw our one son earlier in the day. He came over a little bit earlier in the morning. And so, but we had everybody home and had some girlfriends. So it was a packed house and a lot of fun. And it was just good to have everybody home. You know what I love about Father's Day?
What's that?
It's like going through Instagram, and we have, for whatever reason, I don't know why, we have a lot of celebrities that follow us. So we in return follow those celebrities, and it was fun to go through last night and see like Tim McGraw's dad, and go through and see just different celebrities and their dads and stuff, and read the posts that they read. But one of my favorite ones was a picture of Tim and Faith Hill's dad. And he just recently passed away not too long ago. And Faith wrote this really neat little thing about Tim and her dad. And I guess they had always kind of a special bond together. And so it was really kind of cool to read about that and see. But everybody has a dad. And, you know, for our kids, I told them that even if your experience wasn't good with your biological father, I'm sure you can find at least one thing, one good memory or a couple good memories, and to think about that. But we made it through Father's Day with no blow-ups.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and we didn't make it through Mother's Day with no blow-ups, and we didn't make it through Easter with no blow-up, but we made it through Father's Day with no blow-ups, and so that's always a good thing.
Somebody must like their dad.
Yeah, so what's in the foster care news today?
Actually, just last week in Louisiana, they passed a bill that said that people or kids in care can actually not age out of care until the age of 21.
Oh, that's a good thing. I believe in Missouri, if I'm right. I'm looking at Courtney right now, getting a yes or no. We already have that where they can be in care until they're 21. But I'm really glad to see Louisiana get on board with this because, so one of my kids is 18, but he hasn't even started his senior year yet. So he would, if he was still in care, he would be out of care and still not have finished school.
Yep.
Right? And then some of them are getting more education, and if they were out on their own, it would be harder for them to get more education.
Yes.
And then some of them are on the job training, and they're learning job skills and all of those types of things. So that's why Louisiana actually passed it. It goes into effect, I believe, in October of this year, and it's basically so that they can get more stable and more on their feet before they go out of care.
Right. And I think that's just a good situation. I mean, you don't want to just throw these kids out with nothing.
And I can't imagine, even me, I had a good job at 18, but I was not ready to fly on my own when I was 18 years old. I still depended on mommy and daddy pretty heavily, and mommy and daddy were still teaching me quite a bit of stuff at 18. So I think it only makes sense, to have those few extra years to kind of prepare them before they have to fly on their own. So today we're going to talk about so many times when they have these kids, they learn coping skills at these counseling offices and stuff, and they practice their coping skills, but then you have these major blowouts and no coping skills are used. And so Courtney's going to actually teach you and I how to coach them a little bit to use their coping skills so that we can be more effective when we have a big blow up at the house.
Right.
All right, we'll be back
on Foster Life.
I'm Jackson and I'm 12. Last night, my parents were arrested. I don't want to go to a foster home, and they can't find a foster home. I just want to be with my family. Why can't they understand my parents are good?
118,000 children and youth in America are waiting to be adopted.
With your $10 a month contribution, you can help Foster TV raise awareness to get more foster families and get these children adopted. Help us to get the conversation started. Welcome back to Foster Life today, Wednesday, middle of the week. We're halfway through. I always get tired after we have those holiday weekends. Monday and Tuesday kick my butt, and I think it's because we have everybody home and everything's going on and
well, you never stop. You're constantly moving whenever everybody's home.
Exactly. So today we're talking about a lot of times our kids know that they have coping skills. They practice their coping skills, and if you have a elevated needs child in your home, you probably heard the therapist, you guys need to practice your coping skills, practice your coping skills, practice your coping skills. But what we've noticed in our home is when the big explosion happens, and Tristan gets tipped off, that then all the coping skills go out of the window, and it doesn't help in our case to keep saying, make sure you use your coping skills, make sure you use your coping. It almost pisses them off more. Yeah, it makes it worse. So what are some things, coach us on some things that we could do during that explosion that might help for them to use their coping skills?
Well, honestly, one of the best things you can do is when you start to see those behaviors that you know are leading to that explosive behavior, is having that place that's designated that they can use those coping skills. So if they like to draw or do art, being like, I think you're a little, we're working a little bit hard to get you to calm down. Why don't we go paint or color or something? So using them automatically before that happens, and then when that behavior kicks in, what you can do is you can use things like talking really softly and redirecting a little bit, or even going, if their coping skill is coloring, going and sitting down and coloring while they're in this big explosive behavior right in front of them will give them a cue that, hey, I'm really hyped right now, I can color. I'm bringing something for them to do. And distracting them is usually a good thing to do. So, Are you hungry? Do you want a sandwich? Are you thirsty?
A drink of water.
Do you need some milk? Do you need some water? Are you tired? Do we need to take a nap? anything like that in a really soothing voice is going to help bring those behaviors down and help them use the coping skills they've already learned.
Right.
So it is smart to use a soft voice instead of more of a stern.
Yeah, always. It's always going to be better to use a soft, monotone voice that's going to bring them down rather than using something that's going to heighten them even more.
Right, and you can be very direct in your message, but so sometimes what I'll do with our kids are, I understand that this is making you upset, but what we need to do is da 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 da. So I'm being direct as to what I want, but I'm being very calm in my deliverance. And so, because when you yell at them, we just notice.
Yeah.
And it just goes higher and higher and higher and higher.
Yeah, one of the other things that you can do is if your kiddo really likes to write and they're in that really heightened state, you can just say, you know, I can tell you're feeling really angry right now. Can you go write about that and bring it back to me and tell me what's making you angry? And they might just write pages and pages and pages about nothing, but a lot of times it's like they just want to get that feeling out. And if you're just kind of guiding them to what their coping skill is, what they know they can do, then that's great. Or if it's listening to music, having it queued up on your Google Home or you know, or your Alexa or whatever you have, or your iPod, just being like turning it on out loud for everyone to hear can help calm everything down.
Yeah, one thing I learned working in residential is also get down on their level. So if they're having the behavior and they're on the floor, get down on the floor with them. But you got to be careful, because if they're throwing stuff, you don't want to be too close or too on their level. But you want to try to get down on their level, be the same as them type thing. But that brings up a good point. Do you have any ideas for us? Because we know sometimes they take stuff and they're just hucking it at you, and they're throwing stuff in the house and they're kind of destroying things. And we had a kid like that. What are some things that you can do then? Because you obviously need to stay safe, especially if they're hucking pictures and that kind of stuff. So what are some things that you can do in that kind of situation?
Situations like that can be really hard to de-escalate. I'm not going to lie, it can be really difficult to keep yourself safe, to keep other children in the home safe, and to keep that child safe.
Right.
One of the best things to do is try to redirect them to a safe area that you've kind of designated. And I've seen this work several times in that designated area where it's just like stuffed animals and things that are safe for children to throw. Or even where a parent has just handed a child a stuffed animal and just let them chuck it. I mean, that's always going to be better than them throwing a picture frame or anything like that. You don't necessarily want them throwing something, but if they're going to throw something, having them in a designated safe area where they can throw something soft and that's not going to hurt anybody is going to be the easiest. Wrangling them there is going to be the hardest part, and it's just going to have to be re-navigating them. Like, okay, let's move out of this space and move into this other space where we can do some of our safe coping skills, and we can talk them down a little bit, and not talking down to them, but just talking them out of that. And the best thing to do is like, I know you're angry. I know, and I understand that you're angry, but it is not okay for you to pick up my picture frame and throw it. You're going to hurt me, or you're going to hurt yourself. And just like really calmly trying to bring them out of it.
When this is going on, one thing as a parent you always have to keep in mind is, are they in harm's way? Are the other kids in the house in harm's way? Or am I in harm's way? If any of those three are a yes, it's an automatic 911.
Yes.
Period. And I know you think, well, geez, that seems kind of, no. If anybody could really get hurt in this situation, 911 is your best thing. And normally, what we found is when the cop shows up, it kind of settles down. But also, too, it takes a lot of pressure off you, because if they don't calm down, then it's up to the police officers to handle it, and you don't have to deal with the stress. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't necessarily want to walk into that situation first.
Right.
But obviously, if they're in the kitchen and their choice of throwing options is
Knives
and and things that are dangerous, you want to have some backup, because as foster parents, we're not allowed to put our hands on our children, even if that means they've got a knife and they're trying to chuck it at their 3-year-old sister.
Right.
We have to figure out something else if that means removing everybody from the situation and just being the only person in the room.
Exactly. All right, when we come back after this, we got a great treat on today. Jody is going to be with us, and she's going to do a craft that you can do with your kids this summer. I know it's supposed to be rainy a lot this week in Missouri, so it's always good to have quick crafts. So she's going to teach us a quick craft that we can do for the summer with our kids that should be lots of fun right after this. Other than working at Foster TV, I'm a dad. I'm a dad to 10 very complicated kids that come from very complicated backgrounds. They're so complex, and each one of my children came from foster care. I have learned so much. I thought that it was a clad-proof system. I thought that everything just ran smoothly. But I'm here to tell you that it's a broke system. And the only way that we can fix these for these young people, for these leaders, these kids that are our future, is to spread the word, give education, help the system, and advocate daily for these kids. There's 439,000 kids in care in America. Today, as you're thinking about doing a partnership or a sponsorship, I don't want you to say yes to me, and I definitely don't want you to say yes to Foster TV. I want you to say yes to Jesse in New York, a foster kid who's in the ICU, whose foster parents have put everything on hold and are there with him as he passes from this life into the next life. I want you to say yes to my friend Tim in Arizona, whose Medicaid won't cover a new wheelchair, but he's outgrown the wheelchair that he's in, and he needs a new one. I want you to say yes to little Amanda in California, who is fighting for her life in the NICU because she is born addicted to meth, and hopefully soon will go to a foster home. I want you to say yes to Dylan in Colorado, who last night his home was raided because their family was cooking meth and he has no place to go. I want you to say yes to Carrie. You know, Carrie has a unique story, but her family was killed in a car accident and has no place to go. No other family, no aunts, no uncles, no grandparents, and is now in state's custody in foster care. The only way that we can get out there and to support these people in need during a very difficult time in their life is with your contribution. We're not looking to get paid huge salaries and live in fancy houses and go in limousines to big parties. That's not why we do what we do. We do what we do because in our hearts, we love these children and we believe in them. And every single person that you see on Foster TV, on the set or behind the set, is doing this for the kids in care. So I'm asking you today, please say yes to Foster TV And we promise you that we will do our very best in helping these kids in care. Till next time, thank you. Welcome back to Foster Life. We have Jody Barnhart in our studio today, and she's going to get us in the mood because, believe it or not, 4th of July is coming up. I start seeing the fireworks stands out
they're
there.
getting popped up everywhere.
And we like to go, me and the boys, we buy a lot. We do a big fireworks show, and we have that property behind our house there, that's ours, so we can shoot them off towards our property, and we have a good time. So she's gonna be showing us a craft that you can do. We here in Missouri, we're getting a lot of rain this week, and so sometimes it's good to be able to do crafts, especially I have 7 kids at home during the day. So Jody, what are we gonna make today?
We're going to make rockets.
Oh, cool, yeah.
So they
Nice
can,
little cool rockets.
they can be streamers or parade ones.
Oh, cool. That would be cool. And I bet you could hang all of these up if you're having like a 4th of July barbecue.
Yeah,
kind of hang
on
them
the
on your
back
deck.
or something.
Yeah, kind of like you do at Christmas time, but balloon. So how do we make these rockets?
Okay. We have, you guys can pick
Ooh.
any of the paper.
Okay, I'm gonna get
Is
blue.
this like construction paper or what kind of paper?
Well, this is just like a glittery paper. Construction is what I've used before, and I've also used toilet paper rolls.
Okay.
So just about anything will work.
Okay.
So you're going to use a piece of double-sided tape, and you'll put one like on this side
Okay.
and this side.
Okay, so we're gonna take double-sided tape. Pop yours up so that so everybody can see what you've done there. So I'm gonna put one on this one. Okay.
And put one in the other corner.
Okay. Just like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait for the slow people.
Oh, Tristan. And then we're going to roll it around like this.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And we're going to make it.
About the width of a toilet paper roll.
Okay, mine's a little shorter than the other.
Well, that'll be just fine.
Okay.
Too
So
big.
just like that.
Too big and the hats won't fit.
Oh, okay. Too big and the hats won't fit. Okay.
So we have that part on,
Yep.
and we have our tops.
Uh-huh.
At top of it.
Okay, a
Blue.
top.
All blue.
And then you put another piece of the tape
Uh-huh.
on the one
So
side.
she's putting a piece of the tape on this side right here.
Mm-hmm.
On the
Okay.
back side of it though.
Yeah.
Either way, but you're going to overlap them
Okay.
to make a little dome.
Okay, we're gonna make a little dome.
Not too much overlapping, but just enough to make it peak at the top.
Almost so it looks like a Chinese hat.
Yes.
Like we're gonna work in our Chinese garden today. All right, like that little hat. Cool.
So then we will put our
String or streamer. This is ribbon.
ribbon, yes.
Okay.
This is curly ribbon. You can use it with satin ribbon. You can use pieces of construction paper even.
Uh-huh.
Just,
Your own ribbons.
yes, paper, whatever. So you have to have enough on the top that you can use it to hang with or whatever.
Right.
you decide to do. Then you're going to put tape on the inside that will hold it.
Okay. Tape on the inside to hold it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Opposite. Pull it longer on the inside.
Oh, okay. I messed up Tristan already.
Uh-oh.
So now I gotta make it longer. On the
Like that.
inside.
Yes.
Okay. This tape is sticking everywhere. Okay, I got it on the inside, like that.
Yes.
Okay?
Because that string that's on the inside
Yeah.
is what will attach it to your streamer.
Okay.
So poke that through.
Oh, and then we just tape it in the inside of there?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, cool. I think I got it. Alright, so now we're gonna tape it on the, well, that's a little harder to do. Oh, there. I got it, I think. Okay. Oops. Oh yeah, you just tuck it in there like this. Oh wait, no, because then it'll fall out. Okay, here.
Maybe if let's try, oh, we got a lot up here.
How about like this?
There you go.
Okay.
And then, there,
Okay.
now pull it down.
Pull it down there.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Now I got my rocket.
So then, once that,
So once we get that, then how do we put the rest of the flames in there?
they are, we're going to, if you can try to keep it upside down,
Uh-huh.
then you're going to put tape on the inside of the roll.
Okay.
It's kind of tricky with double-sided tape.
Right. And then we're gonna put those on there.
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna stick. There's one. And I'm gonna stick a white one.
Perfect.
Like that.
Yes.
And then I got my little rocket
Yes.
hanger.
You have to put your streamers under it.
And you said you could curl these with scissors
Yes,
if you wanted to.
you can.
Yeah, cool.
This is curly ribbon.
All right. Well, we got our things done
I'm still working on mine.
on our rockets, and we'll be back right after this today.
Hey, I'm Jackson and I'm 12. Last night, my parents were arrested. I don't want to go to a foster home, and they can't find a foster home. I just want to be with my family. Why can't they understand my parents are dead?
118,000 children and youth in America are waiting to be adopted.
With your $10 a month contribution, you can help Foster TV raise awareness to get more foster families and get these children adopted. Help us to get the conversation started.
Well, that was kind of fun doing the craft thing.
Yeah,
on the
I finally
show.
got it done after that commercial. I was able to put it all together.
Oh, cool. So now you're gonna pin it on your car.
Oh yeah, I definitely would.
Cool. So that's an easy craft that you can do. We're gonna try to do a lot more of those things, especially as we come up to the holidays and that type of thing. I know later this month we're gonna be doing how you can make your 4th of July barbecue a little bit more fun.
Oh yeah.
By just putting some little simple details into it, and it'll make it nicer for the kids and for your family as well. So, do de-escalation is really important. These kids do know coping skills, and I hope that we gave some information today that everybody can go by and live by.
Right. Or if you have any information yourself, go ahead and comment down below and start
Right.
a conversation with us.
Our Win a Date Escape is still going, and we received an amazing story yesterday. It's not too late. If you think you deserve a date, or you know somebody who deserves a date, we want you to follow and like our Facebook page, and then send us a story about why you deserve a date, and what else do they got to do?
You have to also share one of our recent
Right.
videos or past videos.
Exactly. Today we have huge news that we're going to share in our live. So you'll probably know if you watch our live before, you'll see this on Wednesday. Tristan and I are committed within a year from today, from now till this time next year, we're going to give away 4,000 duffel bags for kids in care to state and private agencies. Each kid, when they're taken from their home, they have about 10 minutes to pack all of their belongings into usually trash bags or Walmart sacks. And I think the percentage our producer gave me is 85% of foster child moves happen with trash bags and Walmart sacks. And so Tristan and I are launching a huge campaign, and basically it's trash bag moves for foster kids, no way. And we'll be giving away 4,000 duffel bags this year, and hopefully next year we can do more and more. If you want to be a contributor and help, our duffel bags cost us $5 a piece. That's what I get them at wholesale for. If you want to do that, you can donate $10. Just go to our fostertv.net and click on donate, and just a $10 donation gets us two
bags.
right there. Somebody this weekend, I'm not even kidding you, gave us $100. That's 20 duffel bags. So he got us well on our way. And so you can continue to do that as well. Till Friday on Foster Life.
Foster Life is a HEDFRA production, only on Foster TV.